Okay, good afternoon. Hey, today we're going to be tying a special fly. This is going to be a Red Quill Dry Fly. One of my father's actually said it was always his favorite fly to fish. He just passed away a couple of days ago. And I'd like to tie a fly to lay in this casket. So we can take it with him. What I have in the vise is a barbless number 14 dry fly hook. And the thread I'm going to use is the sheer 14-aught in brown. So I'm going to go ahead and start the thread on. I'm going to wrap it back. I'm going to cut away the tag end. And also that little piece that kind of snuck out on me. Tail we're going to use this neck from Sideline Hill Hackle. It's the same neck that I used on my last video just a couple days ago. Let's see. I'll take one of the larger ones off the back. Just cut this down a little bit. And now what I'm going to do, I want this tail to be nice and fat. So let's take a few pinches. What I do, I just took a pinch, going to lay some on my finger there. Line it up again, take another pinch. Stroke out the barb lay them down again, take another pinch. Let's go one more, see if I can risk it there. Now I got to get big fat tail here. Doesn't necessarily all line up, but they're all very close. You don't want the tail to be overly long. Just nice fat stubby tail. It's about that length. Lay it right on top. Do a little pinch wrap. Pull it down tightly. Wrap forward. And there you go. Nice big fat tail. I'm going to cut away the excess here because I need to tie in a wing. The wing is going to be this outer flank. Got a whole bunch of this. Actually, I got this a few years back, not even that long ago, a couple years back at an estate sale. Guy had a big bag of it. It was advertised on the estate sale as some fly tying material. So I went up there and checked it out, and sure enough, in his desk he had a really nice collection of stuff that I got. Just odds and ends, actually pretty old stuff, but stuff like this is very usable. So strip the bottom feathers off here. I'm going to cut out the center. I'm going to take my scissors and just snip the stem right in the middle, like that. Now I have a couple of wings. Pinch them together. Just pull that bottom one off there. Lay it right on top, the shank of the hook. I'm going to give it a wrap. Tell you what, that might get a little too far back. Let's go forward a little bit. Right about there. Let's do that again. Pinch them together. Little pinch wrap. Make sure everything's right on top. See how long that's going to be there. You know what, let's make it just a little bit longer. One more time. It's easier if you tie it in a little longer. You can always pull it backwards a little bit whenever you need to adjust it for length. Let's see, that looks pretty good there. Alright, let's tie in front of the wing a few times. I'm going to cut off the excess in the back. Now we're going to split the wings. You already cut the center out, so it should be pretty easy to find the center. Take your thread, wrap right up through the middle. I'm going to do a figure 8. Just like that. And now we're going to tie in the red quill. Red quill I have here is from just a generic saddle that I got. Bought this real cheap at a fly shop that they had in a bargain bin box, and it's been useful for stuff like this. Ties very big flies, pretty much. It doesn't have any small hackle on it, but it's really good when you need a red quill. So lay the quill that you stripped all the barbels off alongside of the shank. Give it a wrap backwards to the top of the bend of the hook. Wrap it back up forward. This time you can go ahead and reach in there and snip out that little stem part. This time I like to turn my fly over. I'm going to get my thread out of the way first. I'm going to put that in front of the wing. Everything's out of the way. I'm going to take my hackle pliers. Attach it to the stem. And now we're going to go ahead and tie this in. Just you wrap it around, creating a body of the fly, trying to touch each previous wrap. Turning the fly as I go here just a couple of times just to make sure I'm not leaving any big gaps. Gotta make sure you choose a quill that's long enough. Oh, I just broke it, didn't I? See if I can salvage that. Looks like I can. I may have to back it off a couple times here. There we go. A lot of times you got to soak these in water to make them more pliable, but this is actually a very pliable quill, so I didn't. One more. Alright. Take your thread up and under there. We'll tie that off a couple times. And we can trim it away. And now we're going to take a hackle feather from that same variant cape. Here it is. And we're going to take, we don't want about 1 to 1.5 of the gap of the hook on the barbels here, so let's take one and pick one out. It's a little small. Yeah, it looks about right. No, yeah, it looks, yep, it's got 2 of them there. That looks about right. Go ahead, trim off the longer stuff on the bottom there. Stroke it out to where you get the right size barbels. Pull off to a bare stem, and now you want to tie it in behind the wing with the dull side facing you. Just lay the stem up against the side of the fly, give it a couple wraps, pull the wing back, a couple wraps in front, cut away the stem. Now you want to grab your hackle pliers again, put them right on top of the hackle, and wrap forward up against that wing. I'm going to do one more turn in there. I want enough hackle in there, and then we'll pull that wing back. Jump right in front of it. Maybe one more. Yeah, I think I can use one more, huh? Got enough room in there without crowding it. Alright, pull that hackle up. Tie it off. 3 or 4 turns. Take something like your seam ripper, reach right in there, cut it away. Take his half hitch tool, put a couple half hitches in it. I like using this half hitch tool whenever I'm tying this style hackle. It just pushes it back a little bit. Makes it nice and secure. Alright, and before I cut it away, I'm going to take my super glue here. Just put a little dab right on top. That way we're going to secure everything. Take that same little seam ripper tool, and voila, you got yourself the old Red Quill Dry Fly. My father's favorite, he said. Told me that many a times. Something he really liked to fish. But according to my uncle, his most productive fly that my father fished was the Silver Doctor. So I guess that's a little family discrepancy, but my father definitely said this is his favorite fly of all time. Alright, hope you like this video, and I hope he is able to fish this in his next destination. So cheers. Thank you all much for watching, and take care of yourselves.